Let's talk about Star Wars Darth Vader, the comic series from 2015 by Kieran Gillen, art by Salvador Larroca and Edgar Delgado. So this series is crazy. This is when Marvel bought, or I should say Disney bought Lucasfilm. So all the rights to the Star Wars stuff came back to Marvel. They had it in the 70s, but it went over to Dark Horse and IDW and all these other places. But it was back with Marvel in 2015. This is kind of around the time of Force Awakens. There's a new freshness about the whole franchise. The Star Wars book and the Darth Vader book were my two favorite titles that were coming out around this time. So I'm excited to talk about this Darth Vader book. So issue 1 kicks off, and it's kind of very similar to the start of Return of the Jedi, but instead of Luke Skywalker, it's his dad, Anakin Skywalker, and he's trying to shake down Jabba the Hutt, trying to get some information, trying to get what he wants out of him. Jabba tells him, hey, Jedi mind tricks don't work on me. And he tries to do the same things he does to Luke successfully in Return of the Jedi, but unsuccessfully here with Anakin. Vader knows a little bit more. He's a little bit more experienced, better fighter, and he tells Jabba the Hutt, like, hey, I'm no Jedi. Mind tricks are not my way. Force choking is my way. So much different outcome, much different results with Anakin versus Luke.
What is thy bidding, my master?
We then cut to one day earlier at the Imperial Palace on Krrsantan, which looks like the old Jedi temple on Coruscant, and we're dealing with the aftermath of what happened in Episode 4, New Hope. Vader is basically the only one left alive from the Death Star because it blew up, and the Emperor's like, you are the only one that I can take out my anger and frustration on, so it's your failure. You're the reason why all of this happened. Palpatine takes a couple shots at Vader. Hey, a trip to Tatooine, I'm sure it'll be sentimental for you. Vader's asking him questions, and Palpatine's like, a Lord of the Sith asking questions and expecting them to be meekly answered? You're a poor apprentice if you think so. So, showing the ruthlessness of Palpatine, I thought that was great. Showing Vader's failure afterwards, because in the original trilogy, we didn't see the aftermath of that. We didn't see how the Emperor was feeling about this failure of the original Death Star. So this is all interesting stuff that we hadn't, we're getting insight into that we hadn't seen before, as well as Vader's first inclination that Luke was his son and not telling Palpatine. That was cool. I liked him finding out, but keeping it to himself and nothing to trouble yourself with. Then we cut to a day later. Actually, on Tatooine, Vader has two bounty hunters that he's hired. We know one of them, Boba Fett, one of the most famous of all time, but new to audiences at this time was Black Krrsantan. We've now seen him in Book of Boba Fett in live action, but the comic books are where he was first introduced. He's got some jobs for them. He wants Boba Fett to track down Luke and see what's going on there, and he wants Black Krrsantan to track down this secret agent that Palpatine has brought in that he wouldn't give any information to Vader about. Vader was like, who is that? And Palpatine's like, hey, mind your business. So I thought that was great to have both of those bounty hunters. And then he's finished all of his business on Tatooine. He took out all of the sand people, and that's the end of this first issue. So just a great first taste of just great quality to come. Kieran Gillen's one of the best writers right now in comic books, and we're talking about in 2024. This issue came out in 2015. He's been putting out quality for years. The art by Salvador Larroca and Edgar Delgado is fantastic. This is just a great first taste for an amazing series to come. Star Wars Darth Vader from 2015.
Trust in the Force.